I saw Maurice run that 979, and psychologically I'm ready to do the same thing. I know that I'm capable of doing it. I don't want to put any pressure on myself, but I'm not very impressed with that time because I know that I can be there.
Bruny Surin says he's benefited this season from training with the Olympic champion Donovan Bailey. Now, Bailey is making a comeback after tearing his Achilles tendon in a basketball training accident last September. And in the meantime, he's taken Surin under his wing.
I want him to reap some of the benefits I have as Olympic champion or world champion. So I just want him to realize his potential and just run and be totally at ease. I mean, and love track and field over the next few years, and then when we retire, the memories we definitely can share. You know, he was there too, I was there. I mean, we're all there.
So the stage is set for the men's 100-meter final. How fast will Bruny Surin be today here in Winnipeg? And does Donovan Bailey have a qualifying time in him so soon in his comeback? Let's go to Don and Geoff.
Okay, Mark, and Bruny Surin has never really received the recognition due him. He has operated in the shadow of Donovan Bailey, the former world record holder and Olympic champion, and he also had to escape the ghost of Ben Johnson. But over the last couple of years, Bruny Surin has really been the best Canadian sprinter on the international scene. He had a 9.89 clocking at last year's Canadian Championships in Montreal, and this year he was third behind the world record run of Maurice Green of the United States in Athens. So he clearly, in lane 6, comes into this final as the favorite. Donovan Bailey had to survive wait to determine whether or not he would be in this final, but he is running in lane 2. We saw Patrick Grant running in lane 1. Donovan Bailey at 10.38 clocking in qualifying for this final, on the comeback trail and looking to improve upon that mark.
Lane number 3.
Everyone anxious to see how well he will run in this final. Eric Frempong runs in lane 3 in this 100-meter final, a personal best of 10.32.
In lane 4.
Glenroy Gilbert, a former Canadian 100-meter champion and the key member of the Canadian gold medal winning relay team in Atlanta, a blazing second leg, a clocking of 9.02 as the Canadian team, Robert Esme, Glenroy Gilbert, Bruny Surin, Donovan Bailey, won the gold medal. Brad McCuaig runs in lane 5. He is coming off a strong win in his heat to qualify for this final. He's a 28-year-old from Calgary. He was third in last year's Canadian Championships and participated in the Commonwealth Games. And there's 31-year-old Bruny Surin, born in Haiti. He lives in Montreal, twice a world indoor champion. And he twice this year has been under 10 seconds. A 9.89 clocking at the Canadian Championships a year ago. He won a bronze medal at the Commonwealth Games in Auckland in 1990. 93 and 95, as mentioned, the world indoor champion. Russell Brooks is running in lane 7, a PB of 10.38. And completing the field in lane 8 is Trevino Betty from London, Ontario. A 10.25 personal best. He was the athlete of the year in 1995 at the University of Western Ontario. But in this final, Geoff, all eyes will be on two men, Bruny Surin and Donovan Bailey.
Yes, those are the two main stories. Can Surin win, which is very likely? Can he win by running a fast time, which is anticipated? And can Donovan Bailey do well enough to qualify for the games? So there is a third story, of course, and that is if these runners are close together, as is likely, then we will have an outstanding prospect for a relay team. We already are one of the very best relay teams in the world. The closer these men can be to whoever wins, the greater the prospects for the 4x100 meters relay.
Crowd in anticipation of seeing an outstanding sprint featuring former world champion Donovan Bailey and last year's Canadian champion Bruny Surin. Bailey in 2, Surin in 6. Surin comes out of the blocks. Bailey gets a good start, but Surin has control of the race. Brad McCuaig's trying to stay up there with him. It's a battle for second as Surin is going to win. And look at the time. 9:88. A wind-aided clocking for Bruny Surin. The battle for second between Brad McCuaig and Donovan Bailey. And Bailey points to the clock and says to Surin, look at the time. Now, Donovan Bailey has shown signs here in Winnipeg that he is coming back from the Achilles tendon injury last September that many thought might have ended his career. But Bruny Surin with a wind-aided 9:88 clocking for a second consecutive year as Canadian champion. The time, 9:88, wind-aided, the wind 3.1. The legal wind is 2.
There are the three medalists, Bruny Surin, Brad McCuaig, Donovan Bailey. Excellent performances, great relief that Bailey has come through this intact. Very good sprinting by Brad McCuaig. Superb sprinting, the third time under 10 seconds this season for this man. Bruny Surin, 9.88. Gets a beautiful start, as befits a 2-time 60 meters indoor champion. Bailey gets a good start for him in lane 2. Brad McCuaig running well in the middle of the track, as is Glenroy Gilbert. But it's a good, convincing win with a beautifully run last 20 meters by Bruny Surin. In second, Brad McCuaig, and a good third-place finish for Donovan. This is where the power is applied to the track. A little bit of wandering by Glenroy Gilbert in lane 4. The rest running straight down the middle of the lane. Surin looking very powerful and smooth and relaxed over this last 30 meters, which has always been a problem for him. He's mastering that this year, and a very fine 9.88.
You talked about the smoothness of Bruny Surin. Cannot say the same for Donovan Bailey in the second phase of this race.
So you can always tell when Donovan's in a little trouble because he tends to look as if he's galloping. And so it was in the latter stages, but at least he dug in and finished third, which is a relief to everyone connected with the Canadian team. Very close finish between Brad McCuaig and Donovan for second and third. A cluster of athletes within 2 meters, which bodes very well for the 4x100 meter relay team. But above all else, 9.88, third time under 10 seconds, and great sprinting by Bruny Surin.
And very close at the finish line for second and third, with McCuaig just edging Donovan Bailey, his best time this year. Here's Mark Lee.
Here's Bruny Surin, who ran a 9.88, albeit wind-aided, to win the men's 100 meters here at the Canadian Championships. That's 100th faster than you had last year when you set the game's record. And the third time you've been under 10 seconds so far early in the season.
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel very good right now. I don't want to get too excited about it. I want to focus on my training and be ready 100% at the World Championship. I mean, I still have a lot of training to do, but I'll be okay.
Bruny, you ran in the 9.79 Maurice Green world record race. You saw what that looks like. You've seen how you've been running. What does that tell you what's possible this year?
Well, I know that I can run with those guys. I mean, before maybe it was more psychological. I mean, I wasn't ready 100% psychological, but now I know I can run with those guys, because that race in Athens, if my first 30-40 minutes was very good, I mean, I was right there. So I'm just have to be focused on training, and everything will take place.
How about your running mate over here, Donovan Bailey, the Olympic champion? Donovan, come on. And you had the fastest reaction time out of the blocks here today, and a 10.19, although windy, has to be optimistic for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still just trying to I'm still just trying to get back, trying to like go through the transition. That's still a very bad race for me. I mean, but
a look at your race from start to finish.
Yeah, I mean, well, my first 30 is okay, but I'm seeing my transition is still not the way it's supposed to be, because my middle 40, that's the best part of my race. I'm not lifting properly. I mean, there's a lot of problems right now. I'm still very stiff. I'm like forcing to run. So I mean, it's something that I'm going to have to work through and continue working through, and it'll be good this year. Things will be. I'll be joining Bruny in the fly races.
Yep. Might we see you race in Seville?
I'm going to take it race by race. I believe that things are going well for me now, and I'll continue training and running as much as possible. You know, hopefully Bruny will come back down to Austin, and we'll probably do a little preparation for Worlds and Pan Am Games. So, I mean, I think that things are going well, and I'm not ruling anything out right now. What I want to do is just get back to being normal.
All right, all the best. Congratulations, Donovan.
Thanks.
Bruny, thanks for a great race.
Thank you very much.
Here's the second place finisher, Brad McCuaig, with a windy 10.18. What does that tell you about where you stand so far?
I'm in good shape right now. You know, I fell off the bike twice in that race, so differently, if we could run it all over again, I think I'd run better. But to come second, I've never come second before in the Nationals. To be so tight with these big boys, it's to step up. To step up.
What's it like to run with the big boys? That must really get the adrenaline flowing.
It's easy. You know, when you run with these guys, you're already so pumped and so ready to go that, you know, it's automatic. Everything's automatic. I was really flying at one point, but I fell off the bike a couple times, and I don't know if I can see it, but it was tough just to make it to the finish line.
Well, you nipped Donovan right at the line.
Yeah, that was close. That was close. That was close. It's coming good. Yeah, I'm watching the race right now. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I almost licked the track a little bit there. Could have fell on my face. But I'd like to say hi to my little baby Avery and my girl Lorraine at home.
All right.
How you doing?
Congratulations.
All right, thanks.
We'll be back to wrap up the Canadian Track and Field Championships after this.